when you grow up in a world where it's become normal to heal yourself, to work on yourself, to dream bigger than ever before, it is so hard to deal with parents who are not born in our generation. I mean, apart from not understanding our humor, our text messages, it's why we want to achieve big things. Even just starting your self development journey around people who abuse you, like mentally, physically, emotionally, for the most part, is what I've seen with people, and who don't really believe that you're capable of achieving that because they don't believe that they can do it, and putting those limits on you and not respecting your boundaries can be so overwhelming, so draining, and at some point even just kill your dreams. Hi everybody, my name is Mariana Lusosa and I have missed you guys so fucking much. I've been waiting to say that for ages. I stopped posting because I needed some time to kind of go off and figure out what am I really doing on my platforms? How am I impacting people? And how do I want to impact people moving forward? And once I figured that out, I was like, I have to get back on YouTube. Like, I didn't realize how much I actually missed talking to y'all. And now that I'm back, even if it's 100 people watching it, I don't care. I'm so happy. And I wasn't gonna film on this topic. This topic didn't actually come up until a couple of days ago, and I realized that I had a lot of people, and I've talked to a lot of people on my Instagram. By the way, I'm drinking my protein shake. I posted the recipe on Instagram, and I talked to a lot of you guys and interact with a lot of you on Instagram. So if you're not following me on there, go follow me right now. Like I was saying before, this topic didn't come up until I really thought about what some of you might need right now, and this came to mind. And I want to talk about how you can deal, not even just deal with toxic parents, but thrive and grow in a place where you feel constrained, where you feel put down, where you feel like your dreams and your ambitions are being killed. Now, did I grow up with emotionally abusive parents? I don't believe like any parent is perfect by all means, okay? Um and God, I have to make a decision right now if I really want to talk about this because I am 99% sure some of my family may be watching this because I found out they stalked my YouTube channel even though I told them I didn't want them watching my content. Um okay, I'm going to talk about it. Do I believe that any parent is perfect? No, I don't believe that every single parent is perfect to the T. Some are worse than others, and I have met people and I've talked to people who are actually abused not only emotionally and mentally and constrained with their dreams and their ambitions and their self development and their growth as a human, but also abused physically. And if you're in that sort of situation, I cannot relate to you. I cannot say I've been in your shoes because I have not, but I really hope that if you keep watching this video, you're able to take some of these things and use them. Now, for my other guys and gals that have been in a situation where you've been abused emotionally or mentally, I feel you. And am I being dramatic? I don't know. I'm 17. My brain is not fully developed yet. I do know that when I look back, I have been dramatic in some instances. And I'm also going to touch on, is this really me or is it them kind of thing? But I do believe that if you feel some sort of way, it's completely valid. Like your emotions are completely valid. And there are ways that you can work around that, whether it's your fault or not, or whether it's their fault or not. I do find that most of the times parents do not understand our dreams. They do not understand our ambitions. They do not understand your desire to become your own person and to grow and self develop and improve in like emotional intelligence, learn the law of attraction, start your own business, make money, work harder, go to the gym. A lot of people will not understand that, including your parents. And I believe that your emotions are completely valid, and there are ways that I have found that have worked for me. Tip number one: create emotional and mental boundaries. You may not be able to physically fend them off and, maybe lock your door, close your door, or leave for long hours at a time, right? But you can detach yourself from their words, from their abuse, okay? And so what I mean by this is that if you feel like they're emotionally manipulating you, like they're saying stuff that, does not define you, they're seeing it from a whole different perspective, and you don't want to share everything with them because you don't feel like you have to, okay? It's not your obligation. and maybe there's a misunderstanding and they're just labeling you as something. um, they're calling you selfish, they're calling you, delusional, whatever it is, whatever emotional barrier they're intruding. Just disassociate with it. Realize that it does not define you, that their words do not define you, that yes, they might have raised you, but they do not understand the whole situation. And when you're able to understand the logic and be like, that does not define me, you cannot get triggered. They cannot get a reaction out of you. Okay? And there are some parents that if they do not get a reaction out of you, they will get mad. So if you have to pretend to get a reaction, but then inside your mind you're like, this does not define me, you have won the battle. This is a mental battle that you're fighting. Okay? And you have to put your ego aside. And instead of fighting back with your words or trying to fend them off physically, win the emotional and the mental battle first and disassociate their words, their labels from whatever, from yourself. It is not your identity and they do not define you. That is exactly what they want. They want you to feel identified with what they're saying so that you can change. But do not let them kill those ambitions and kill who you're becoming. Tip number 2, seek growth outside of home. If you do not feel like you have the space to grow in your own home, that you don't have the liberty to talk about the books that you want and the videos that you watched and everything that you might have learned from a video like this one, seek communities outside. And I have a free community, it's called the Rebellion Network, and if you want to join, I have a lot of like-minded people in there. We connect, we share our struggles, we solve problems, and we focus on money, purpose, and self-development. So if that relates to you, the link is down below. But back to this, seek talk to friends that understand that. And if you do not have friends who understand this, dump your current friends and go find friends that understand this. Okay, I don't know what you're doing right now. Finding like-minded people is going to be key, and it's going to help you feel a little bit more understood. And I know that it's so hard to find these people, but again, joining communities that are local to you, finding self-development groups around you is going to be so important and so fulfilling. And honestly, I didn't even put this on here because I'm not a fan of connecting with people online. But now that it's 2025, I was about to say 2024. Now that it's 2025, I think it is a little bit more valid. And so if you go on Instagram where there are self-development accounts like mine and you go to followers and you start like reaching out to people, maybe you find an account where people say, my name's Elia, I'm 14 and I'm on a journey to become the best version of myself, and you send them a message to connect, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it becomes bad when it's dangerous. You're talking to people you don't know, you're sharing private information, all of that. But again, like joining communities like the one I have down below, looking for different ones on different platforms is going to help you grow outside of your environment. Tip number 3, focus on skills, not validation, and so, or not approval. And what I mean by this is, instead of trying to prove them right, prove yourself right. Do not lean into what you think is going to make them proud. If they want you to go to college and you don't want to go to college, why are you leaning so much into that? Because 10 years from now, when you are in college and you chose a degree or a career that they picked for you, you're not going to be happy and you're going to wish you had stood up for yourself. So learn skills that make you proud. What do you want to learn? What do you want to experiment with? What makes you curious? And then hang out with the right people, find the right resources, watch the right videos, and get rid of everything else. That's all. You don't have to know exactly what you're striving for, but as long as you have a goal or an idea and you surround yourself with the right people, the right resources, the right books, and I had a whole interview with Matt Boudreau and we talked about this, you will be on some sort of right path for yourself. There's no exact right path, okay? What they want is based on their interests, their goals, and the dreams that maybe they were never able to achieve, that they never strove for because their parents, again, drove them on a direction that they wanted. So the pattern is continuing. And it is up to you to break that and say, no, even if I am wrong, I am going to go down my own path because this is my life. These are the lessons I'm going to learn. These are the mistakes I'm going to make, and they're going to teach me something important to my life, to my situation, not theirs. So it is okay. You don't have to be completely right. You don't have to be completely sure of what you want. But if you know for sure that college is not what you want, that degree is not what you want, that branch or path is not what you want, don't go down it. Like, you don't have to be 100% sure in what you believe in. But if it's something that intrigues you and that you're curious about, tinker with it, explore it. There's nothing wrong with making a mistake. It doesn't mean that they were right in the first place. It just means that you are experimenting through life. You are young, so go out there and explore. Thing number 4, get rid of the victim mindset. Now, hear me out on this. If you are in a situation where you're being mentally, physically, or emotionally abused, you may be a victim. But this does not mean that you're completely helpless. Okay, I want you to get rid of that right now. You may be a victim, but you are not helpless. Do not fall into the victim mindset, okay? The victim mindset does not mean, like, just because you're a victim does not mean that you should have a victim mindset. The victim mindset is a liability. It is something that is going to drag you down. And if you lean into that just because you're being abused in some sort of way, you're done. You're drowning, okay? The victim mindset is going to keep you stuck. It's going to make you weak. I want you to be strong. I want you to rise up and play the smart game, okay? Where you are not leaning into the weakness, into the excuses, because yes, you do have a reason to say that. You do have a reason to not succeed, but we're not tapping into those. Okay, it is so easy to listen to your brain because it's not always going to support you. It's so easy to listen to those excuses and those reasons that may be valid, but if they're not going to bring you up, why are you listening to them? Like, seriously, they may be valid. It might be like, I'm being hit every day, I am being abused every day, and I feel like helpless. Okay, but by thinking about that every single day instead of looking for a way out, what is that doing for you? Again, I cannot relate to those who are being abused more than emotionally and mentally, because I have been in a place where I've been stuck emotionally and mentally, and at some point, like, just gone through hard stuff there. I've never been abused physically, so I do not understand your situation completely. And if this does not relate to you, I definitely encourage you to take what works for you and get rid of the stuff I'm saying that does not resonate with you. But listen to me, being helpless and thinking about that is not going to help you in any way. So I want you to tap into the hope, into the light. What can you do? Make a list of things you are in control of and things that you aren't in control of. The things that you aren't in control of, find the best way to cope with them in a healthy way. The things that you are in control of, do them. If you can take cold showers, if you can go out and talk to friends that understand you, if you can go out and connect with people, if you can read books, if you can watch your own videos, if you can go to the gym at your own time, or something that you can do, focus on what you can do and not what you can't do. And last but not least, tip number 5, focus on your freedom. Like, right now, you may not be able to escape the household that you're in. You may be too young, you may not have enough money, but do everything you can every single day to prepare for your exit. Okay, if read I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit. I cannot pronounce his last name. He literally teaches you step by step how to invest, how to save money, how to save up to move out, how to save up to retire, how to invest in different accounts. He literally teaches you everything for complete dummies, beginners, you guys, and me, okay? Because I did not know anything about this. Even if you can't open or handle your own money, like, it is good to know this stuff, okay? Prepare for your exit. Learn about budgeting, learn about financing. If you have a job or you can get a job, work your ass off and save that money to just leave as soon as you get a chance. I would even say, like, don't have a lot of stuff that you have to carry with you. If you're like preparing to leave soon, have a place you want to go, have something ready that you can afford, save enough money. Like, do the numbers, do the math, and work it out and be like, if I want to move here, how much do I need to earn? Or do I have to go for something that is a little more affordable, or can I earn more? And just go through that scenario and what it would look like and prepare for that any way you can. Like, watch YouTube videos, read books. Read the book I no, don't read it. If you can do Audible, it's gonna be so much better because his voice is so entertaining. You're gonna be more drawn to it, and it's gonna keep your attention longer. Learning to budget and learning about money is gonna be such a huge advantage to you in the future. That is all I have for you today. These were very practical. I did go a little bit longer than I wanted to, but again, if you can connect with people outside of your environment or the toxic people that you're around, you can do that. You are in control of that. If you're watching this on a device, you're completely in control. And I want you to realize that you are so much stronger and braver than you believe yourself to be. So if you want to connect with me and you ever feel like you need to talk or reach out, my Instagram is always open. My group is always open, filled with amazing people. Feel free to connect with people. You can chat. There are a ton of free courses and videos on there. And yeah, I really hope this helped. Again, if you need anything from me, don't hesitate to ask. And one thing that you can control is advice. Like if you need a specific video on something, shoot me a comment down below and subscribe if this helped you. And I will see you in my next video. And I promise I will be back sooner than the last time. I'll see you guys later.